Sometimes when I dey look we Nigerians, I feel pity for us seriously. And the mistake has been made. The question is, how do we go about it? Imagine the Igbo must go. Go where? If the Igbo must go, I believe you people should share out the country. Let everybody go their part. Go where? Where are you sending them to? After they have developed other places where I don't want to sound sentimental. You people should see this video, and it's very horrible the way people are taking things personal these days, and they want to fight what their great-great-grandfather couldn't fight. It's just a pity.
And the 25% slash in fares on all state transport facilities will continue. So will all the other measures put in place to relieve Lagosians of the burden of these times. Meanwhile, in another development in the state, the hashtag Igbo must go protest seems to be a major concern and has been condemned by the Lagos state government, which has also vowed to fish out the ethnic bigots. Joining us now on this show, as we take a look at the measures put in place by the Lagos state government to resolve various concerns raised by the nationwide protests and the state government activities in recent times, is Dr. Obafemi Hamzat, the Deputy Governor of Lagos State. Dr. Hamzat, good morning, and thank you for joining us on the morning show.
Good morning, and thank you.
Well, two quick things. How has the Lagos State government managed this protest so far that there has been no explosion, escalation of violence, as we have seen in Kano, Kaduna, Yobe, and other parts of the north? The second question is, the big elephant in the room, as I keep saying, it's almost becoming a cliche in my mouth now. The fact that some people inside this Lagospedia, they call themselves, are saying that Igbos have been given notice to leave Lagos within 1 month. The Lagos state government has denied, but is the Lagos state government taking other steps to make sure that this state, that is supposed to be the melting pot of Nigeria, does not become a boiling point for ethnic bigotry?
Well, thank you very much. And good morning, everyone. Well, I think the first thing is for us is engagement. So we, as a people, we must learn from our experiences. So we are all alive when the EndSARS happened, and we saw the aftermath. Various infrastructures were destroyed, and we said, well, never again. So what does that mean? We went to our people explaining various things. So I recall meeting some students, and they said, I said, so you're an engineering student. You know, one of the buildings that was destroyed was the public works building. At the time, we brought in a machine, the biggest in this part of the world, that can lay about 1,000 interlocking blocks in an hour. But that machine was destroyed. It's a $14 million machine. So this is where we train pupil engineers. So when you graduate from school, I did engineering. When you graduate, they teach you mixture of concrete ratio. But that doesn't mean anything until you are able to actually do the measurement in real life. And this is what, so we went around the state explaining to our youths, elderly, CDC, CDA, the implication that it's okay to protest, but it's not okay to destroy the asset that we said is not even enough. And therefore, I think our people apparently listened. And then the issue of the Igbo, I think one of the hazards of social media, you know, these faceless people just came up and said, Igbos must leave. Absolute nonsense. And that's why you can see what the governor said. The governor immediately denounced it. The Lagos is for, that's not who we are. That's just not who we are. Since we are all children, we've all lived together in this state. And there's no need for people to become ethnic bigots. But again, like we said, some people will try to do whatever to divide us, but we will never allow that. And we see over the weekend, the governor, myself, everybody, we visited the family of Mr. Nwanya, which had just passed. We went to Nweka. So it's just nonsense, and we will not allow it. Now, what is going on in terms of fishing out the people, it's not something I can discuss, but I can assure you, in the next few days, you'll see what will happen.
Right, thank you very much. I'm really glad that you've been able to talk about the issue that Lagos State the government would not in any way, condone this rhetoric. But what a number of people are saying is that the arrests that ought to have been made, especially from during the elections, because this didn't just start. From the 2023 elections, there were some people who came out and made very dividing statements along ethnic lines, but nothing was done. Some of them didn't even bother to hide their faces. I'd like to ask you, what is preventing the government from picking those people? They are quick wins. Picking those people whilst you fish out those, those who are faceless, who come under anonymous, anonymous profiles on social media. It'll be great to see. Saw pictures of the man wielding the axe. So many things left unsolved that are easy, in quotes, for the government to handle.
Well, thank you very much. You said that are easy. So look, it's really on both sides. If you notice, somebody said that, oh, we killed somebody around Okota because he wanted to take the boxes. So the reality is they will do their investigations. And when people are found culpable, of course they will do. So, but the challenge is this. I think the bottom line for me is we allow everything in this country to be too toxic. So we do election. As I was coming here, around Fallon, people were fighting. Every day, people fight. So how we expect to do elections?
Angry and hungry.
No. Look, it's since day one. Okay, as I was coming, I was looking at Newswatch when I was in University of Ibadan, 1983. The same story. So why are we talking about the same thing in 1983? Newswatch, not enough food, NEPA, darkness. The same story in 1982-83. We were all in the university. So the bottom line is this. For me, public commentary is a problem in this country. And we might not all agree, but public commentary is a problem. And I will tell you why. How is it that the most important factor is not what we address in our land? So you go to Ghana, you go to Cote d'Ivoire, everywhere. You see the way we plan our cities. We all did economics, and we said land is a factor of production. Yeah. When you try to manage land, we ethnicize it in this land. So that is one thing that it's whatever you want to do, everything you build in a house, airport, this is on land. So how is it that we don't manage our land? When you want to manage land, physical planning is the problem of West Africa, bottom line. We will never be rich if we don't plan our land. But if you want to plan it, what happens? Oh, you do this because it's Yausa, is Igbo. Rubbish. So the bottom line is, let us focus on the real issues. Like I said, I was not in government in 93. I was a student. I have it on my phone. Newswatch. These are journalists, serious journalists. We've been talking about the same issues. In the 70s, they were talking about the same issues that we are talking today. So what is the problem? Is it, if you count the number of government officials, chairman local government, councillors, governors, deputy governors, they are less than 1,600. So are we saying in a nation of 200 million, we can't find 1,600 that are great? Is that what we are saying? Okay. So what are the fundamental issues? Let us talk about them. And let's not... So people say protest. And, I felt sad when people like Alhaji Abubakar, he's my father's friend, said, oh, let's join it. That's nonsense. It's not right. What did Sunak said in England? That these people that did this will be punished. It's not about politics. Election is over. We politicize everything. We did, look, even on election issues, people say it's bad, okay, it's bad. I'm sorry.
You're a couple of things. I can tell you why. What happened in Newswatch in 83, those hunger and poverty is still there, is because of the dubious political class that continues to destroy Nigeria have not left since 83, and they are still there till date. That's why. So things will never change. Even if you take a newspaper from 100 years from now, as long as the dubious political class continues, then things will never change. Let's not deceive ourselves. Secondly, Your Excellency, Lagospedia has been running this Twitter handle since 2015. He's been inciting violence. He was very active during the elections. Nothing was done. Why now? In fact, a week before the protest, he was the one talking about Oro protest. He tweeted some other incendiary things. Why have you not been fished out? It's so easy to say the other side. Yes, and I don't support both sides that are causing chaos.
Yeah.
Yoruba man, Igbo man is your brother. Igbo man, Yoruba man is your brother. Our real enemy are the political class that makes our life miserable every day. The truth has to be said. Why are we not clamping down on these people? Secondly, you talked about development, land appropriation and everything. The other problem about development and land appropriation is because the political hegemony keeps taking majority of the land. That's another problem with Africa. It could go from Kenya to Nigeria. I'm sure you remember Danny Arab Moye. I'm sure you remember even our case in Nigeria. So it is a problem of the political class, and that's why I'm bringing the question to you. Let's talk about the issues. What are you guys doing? People are suffering. It's 22 million people in Lagos. Their lives are miserable. They don't even have potable running water from the government. There's sewage everywhere. What are you guys doing?
So let's look at projects.
Yes.
If you want to talk projects.
Let's talk about
if you want to look at projects. So there is no local government in Lagos today, from Koshofe to Alimosho, that we are not doing projects on daily basis. Let me now tell you how we plan our budget in Lagos. Just 2 Fridays ago, I was in Ekpe. What do? We actually go to the communities and they give us list of projects based on their importance. So the challenge for us, so when you say it's the political class, no, you are wrong, sir. And I will tell you. So after finishing, we go to Ekpe, we go to Badagry, we go to this. Our budget, after accumulating the request, comes to 17 trillion. 17 trillion. But we don't have a budget of 17 trillion. So our budget last year was 2.2 trillion. So which means you might ask for 5 things, we give you one. We give you one. So when you talk about what is the problem? Lagos, for example, today is building Adiyan 2, which is a 70 million gallons. Our need is 450 million gallons. So we have Adiyan 1, 45 million gallons. We have, that 70 is still being built. The challenge is that we get water from Ogun River, because there's enough literature that says that the best way to get is not from borehole, because you are destroying the aquifer, but from raw water. The challenge is that in order for us to take the pipe, do you know the amount of money we need to pay for compensation?
For reticulation and all.
For all these things. That's it. So it's, there's
no enough money.
There's not enough money. Bottom line.
I get that.
So how do we get that?
The problem with you guys is
yes.
the fact that even the little you have, I concede to you, there's not enough money.
Absolutely.
The economy is pretty small.
Yeah.
There's not enough money.
Yeah.
But even the little you guys have, people will still challenge you that you don't run it effectively. It's not the best use. What's the cash? What is it called? What's the impact to cash ratio of the money? Is it the best way to spend money possible that you guys do? Because
well, absolutely.
we still have cases of corruption and things like that.
Well, so look, corruption is an English word, and I can't say that it doesn't exist. It exists. I can't say that. But what I can tell you is this. Okay, so look at, I just told you Lagos State. The road we are doing at Ojota is a 58 billion naira project. Now, people say, until Dangote came, I was commissioner for works, people say, oh, when you are doing road in Lagos, it's more expensive than Ghana. It will be, because we are 2 meters below sea level. When we are doing Lagos Badagry, 1.8 million cubic meters of sand. That's 600,000 of those tippers. 600,000 tippers. You know, each tipper is about 5 cubic meters, right? 600,000. How do you even manage it? How do you get sand? Do you know that to get sand, I cannot go to Ogun State? Do you know that? So there are structural challenges that need to be talked about. It's okay, you know, I'm a politician, but I did that by choice. Not because I have a PhD at the age of 27. I work with Morgan Stanley. And when we were talking about trading, when I was in Morgan, I was earning $1.7 trillion a day. I was the IT guy. Their machines cannot come down. But it's my choice to come back home. And come back. Before I came to Nigeria, I was very comfortable.
Have you guys not been able to use that technology to track the corruption?
No, so
because there's still corruption in the system. You admit there's corruption in Lagos?
No, I'm saying, no, I didn't say that. What I'm telling you.
Do you admit?
No.
So is there no corruption in Lagos?
Well, I can't say that. I can't
you
say
there's no corruption.
No, I cannot.
So
because
you admit there is?
Every day we battle this.
So you battle corruption in
Lagos? Yeah, that's why every day people lose their jobs. Every day people do this. Every day there are people right now in court.
But let's get back. I'd like you to talk to us about the visit to the Ajumogobia family, which is an indication of the failure of security. I used to sit on the board of Lagos State Security Trust Fund. We had, at that time, vigilante group, Neighborhood Watch came later. I mean, I would like you to talk us through that, to talk to us through that. And then the visit also to the family of Onyekawone, and to assure Igbos in Lagos that they are safe in this state, that safe. They also have to build, instead of people telling them either to jump into the Atlantic or to leave Lagos, because Lagos belongs to all of us. And then the second part of the question will be, well, the state government is saying we will still have free maternity care, you will get free rice, you will get free Indomie. Okay, Eko, as the governor said. But in spite of Eko, people still gather at Ojota. Is there something else that the state government needs to do to reassure the people?
Well, I mean, I think the first thing was the visit to Ajumogobia family. It's not something I really like to talk on television. People are mourning. But what happened was that these are house helps. These are people working with her in the house. Fortunately, the three of them have been apprehended, and I'm sure that the law will take its course. A very unfortunate incident. A young, beautiful doctor was just, murdered like that. So, on the issue of the Igbos, the interesting thing, when we visited Onyeka, people don't know. The husband is a Yoruba man. The children, Ogunlende. So, it's just, like we said, the tragedy and the negative part of, people just hide under whatever and just put something on social media. I can assure everybody, like we've said, the governor has condemned it. Even in the speech of the president, he condemned ethnic bigotry. So the reality is that people are just social media tigers. Let them keep, but like I said, SSS is working on it. Hopefully they will free them out very soon. And, they will have their day in court. Then the court will decide what needs to happen.
So this Onjeko.
Well, so, it was something
not satisfied with.
Well, I'm not sure if they are satisfied, but I think from our survey, what people said is they prefer the 25% discount food. That's what people said they prefer based on what we've done. We were giving out free food. The challenge is distribution. We've gone through religious bodies, we've gone through CDA, CDCs. There seems to, it doesn't get to some people that needs to get it. We've used different channels and we keep changing it. So people say they prefer. Now, the challenge is we work with aggregators. So people that can bring tomatoes in sizes, and therefore, we make sure that you don't exchange cash. So it's the POS, whatever, and then, so we pay the 25% behind the scene for. So that's why we said, okay, based on the survey, we realized that people prefer this. So let's just start it at our 57 markets again going. But we have to wait, let this protest, let everybody protest, and then we start. And then make sure that people get their discounts.
I think that's really good. Now, in terms of dialogue, which is one of the things that the young people who came out to protest